Alright guys, Rob the Jeweler here. Today we're working on a marquee stone that was missing two stones. I got the stones set in there already. So the two stones that were missing are on this side. Let me zoom this in. So you can see there's prongs missing here. Or maybe it's this side. Here we go. Yeah, so you can see on this side over here, there's two prongs missing on them round stones on the end. And then on this side, there's a prong missing on this stone. This stone's barely hanging on for dear life on the left side. Then if you look at the marquee in the middle, right, you can see you got 1, 2, 3, 4 prongs, but if you look right here on the side, this one's gone. So that stone's being held in by three prongs on the side, should be held by 4. They didn't say anything about fixing this, but this needs to be fixed. Otherwise they're gonna have problems down the road when they sell it, getting this done. Or not getting it done, but you know, having an issue with it coming out or whatever. So that prong needs to be fixed. And then we need to build a prong on this side, and then we got to build 2 prongs on this side. It was missing 2 stones. I've already set the stones in there. I just got to build the prongs, but we got to build a total of 3, 4, 5 prongs. 1, 2, 3, yeah, it's gonna be 4 prongs. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 prongs. Boy oh boy. But that's what we're working on today. We're gonna we need to re-tip a prong on this side where you can see it's missing. There ain't nothing there. And then we're gonna build 2 on this side on the round stones, 1 on this side on the left stones. And like I said, I've already set the stones in there. They're just sitting in there though. If I flip the ring upside down, they'll just fall out. So let's flip. And we're gonna flip this thing around and we're gonna figure out how to zoom back out here. Sorry, you gotta bear with me. I'm still learning all camera stuff. Alright. Now we're going to set that down for just a second. Whatever you do, do not work without your mask. Do not do that. Let's put our mask on first. You want to wear a mask. My grandfather didn't wear a mask, and he's now deceased from pulmonary fibrosis, which probably come from years of inhaling dust from buffing and grinding on metal. And so you want to wear a mask for sure. Alright, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and do the 2 stones that we had to put in first. Let's get that one done, or get those 2 done. Get that part over with. Flip this around a little bit. Okay. Looks good. And we're going to go ahead and grab us some denatured alcohol here. The boric acid mixture. Okay. Gonna start our torch. And for this, we're going to be using a number 4 tip on the torch. You could use a 3 or a 4. We're going to burn some of that denature alcohol off of there. Then our next thing, so we're going to put flux. And like I said, I like to use aqua flux personally. That's just my preference. But there is plenty of others out there. You just find one that you like the best. But I use aqua flux. That is my go-to. Okay. Now what we need to do is cut us a couple pieces of solder off here. Now these prongs on the round stones are yellow gold. The one that's going to be on top where the marquee is white gold. So you always want to make sure you got the right color for the right prongs. Make sure you're because put yellow gold tip on and the rest of them are white gold, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. You're going to notice. Which if you mess up and do that, you can always cut it off and put another one. You know, it's not a real big deal, but it just makes more work for you. And you really don't want to create any more work if you don't have to. Alright, so we got our solder on our tip, or our pick here. Now we're just going to heat this thing up a little bit. Get a little bit hot. Okay. And I'm going to push this stone down a little bit because, as you've seen in some of my other videos, the flux will make the stone bubble up sometimes, kind of dislodge it. So nothing too major. And we're just going to heat it up slowly. Okay. Heat it. And essentially all you're doing is just trying to get a tip on the prong, because that's what's busted off. The tip is gone, which essentially is why the stones are falling out. Now you could, no, we lost that solder. That's fine. We got another piece here. Always have a drawer at the bottom because you're gonna lose solder off your pick occasionally. If you got a drawer in the bottom like I do, just catch a lot of it, just so you're not wasting it. Then you can always go back and collect it. But these prongs are super tiny. It's a little bit of a difficult job to do. I've done plenty of prongs, but if you're just starting out, it's going to be a little chaotic. You're going to think, wow, this is a real pain in the ass. And it is. But it's like anything else. The more you do it, the better you get at it. Alright, we got a little bit of a problem on there. Let's cut another piece off here. Just a small piece, don't need a very big piece. Getting there, getting there. Alright, I think we got one on for one stone here. Yep, we do. So now we need to cut another piece. And we're going to do our second prong for our second stone that we had to put in. There was 2 stones missing. Then there's a stone that's barely hanging on the right, on the opposite side, round stone. The prong is missing. It's like barely hanging on there. And then we have the one on the top on the marquee that's just is gone completely. And this is stuff I didn't look at, you know, because I just took a basic glance at it. I seen the 2 stones missing when we picked it up. But not a problem. We're gonna fix all that. Need to turn this a little bit here, like that, just so I can reach this prong. Because it's kind of tucked in an alcove. It's a little difficult to reach here. Oh, did we get it? Yeah. I think we did. Alright, we got 2 prongs on. And what we're going to do, these are diamonds, so we ain't got to worry about quenching them. Let's take a look at the prongs we got on here. Beautimus. They look good. Yes, sir. I don't think I could have done any better on those. Alright, let's do the one that we need to do on this side, and then we'll do the one we need to do on the top. And when you do one side, you want to go ahead, stop, check, make sure everything's okay before you go doing other sides. I want to try it, so like we got multiple sides here, multiple areas, so we want to do one area first. Check our prongs, make sure you're good, make sure we ain't got to go back and do anything, because a lot of times you'll go on thinking it's okay, and then later on you find out it's not okay. Sometimes you'll be buffing thinking you got it all complete. Next thing you know, stone falls, or the prong breaks off and stone falls out because you didn't have it welded properly. So you always want to be sure. Yep, we almost forgot our flux. We're going to put some flux on. And we're going to put a little denatured alcohol on here. Again, that's just to kind of keep the fire scale down. Makes cleanup a little easier. And what we're going to do, smooth this over a little bit here. Now we're just going to do just like we did on the other side. I'm just going to heat it up just a little bit. Now here again, these are diamonds, so we don't have to worry about heat. Hopefully I will get a repair that has CZs in it, and I'll show you how to handle those, because those cannot take heat. They will shatter. But basically what you want to do, so like on these, you can see that I'm putting direct heat. I'm not worried about it. But for CZs, the technique is you want to point your flame outward away from the ring and fit your prong this way and just come in like this. You don't want to put direct heat, just get it on the prong and you just want to move in and out real fast until that prong goes. And it takes a little practice, but here again, you know, like I said, the more you do it, the better you get, you know. We have almost got us a prong here. So essentially all I'm doing is just standing up to look at the prong from the top view. That's all I'm doing. Since I can't grab the ring, it's too hot. Just to kind of see, make sure it's covering the stone, because if it ain't covering the stone, it ain't doing nothing. It ain't holding shit. Alright, I think that bad boy's on there. Yeah, it's on there. Oh yeah. Alright, next that we're gonna do is we need to do the top marquee, because like I said, it's missing a prong, which I showed you earlier. Not sure if I can get that focused in there, but we have a prong missing right up here on the marquee. You know, the base of the prong's there, but the tip's gone. There's just nothing, there's nothing there. So, but here again, you know, like I said, I just took a quick gander at it when we picked it up, and seen the two stones missing and the prongs missing over there, but didn't see the prong missing on the opposite side where the round stones are, and then the one that was missing on the top there. But they need to be addressed, because if they're not taken care of, it could be a problem down the road. So we're going to take care of that. This way there's no issues. And anybody that knows me, you know, if I'm going to fix something, I want it done correctly. I don't want half of it. I don't want to do part of it. That's just not how I roll. I done cut a piece off already. It needs to be done correctly, completely. And if you try to be thorough like that, you will find that you don't have very many problems. Things usually go smoothly. And you'll have happy customers to boot. Alright, we're going to have to cut another piece off anyways. Not a biggie. Not a major problem. Okay. Looks good. Oh yeah, we got 4 prongs on there again. That center stone ain't going nowhere. Not going anywhere. It's a pretty nice piece. It does have some inclusions in it a little bit, but nothing crazy. You know? Nothing super crazy, so that's fine. Alright, let's try this off. Now what we need to do is we need to kind of form these prongs out a little bit. You can use a file. Sometimes I use a file. In this case, kind of hard to use a file because we got some tight corners. So I'll be using just a regular rubber wheel, like we use on I use a black rubber wheel, like we use on when we're sizing rings, you know, smoothing out rings and stuff. Because you want to uniform it so it looks correct. If you just put the prongs on there and just leave them, just looks like you got kind of a blob of gold sitting there. You want it to uniform with it. But I feel a lot better about that center stone. Especially when you're talking that size of a stone. That's probably I don't know, it's probably like a carat and a half, maybe a carat. Might even be 2 carats. I haven't really measured it, but that's not a stone you want to lose, especially after you purchase it, if you know what I mean. So we want to make sure that sucker is secure. Alright, let's do the prong on this side now. Beautimus. Alright, let's work on the 2 on this side now. Looking good, looking good. And essentially what we're doing is we're just rounding these out, forming them so they look like prongs and not a glob of gold, if you know what I mean. Working on our last prong here, smoothing it and forming it. Now again, like I said, if you're just starting out, you're probably not going to be able to do the stones and the prongs that fast. But don't worry about being fast. Speed comes with time. You know, the more you do it, it almost becomes second nature, you know. Just like anything else, the more you do it, the better you get. The quicker you get. Beautiful. Alright, so here is what we are looking at. So we got, if I can get this thing in focus here. Come on, what's wrong with you? Focus. We'll do it this way then. Okay, so you can see we have all 4 prongs on the marquee. This is the prong we had to replace there. The tip was missing. Then we had to do one right here, 2 over here. But you can see all our stones are in there. They're dirty right now. We haven't cleaned it. But we got the prongs filed. And it's a beautiful ring. It really is. But I'm going to pause it here. We're going to put it in the ultrasound. We're going to go buff it, and then we'll take a look at it in just a moment. Alright guys, we're back with that ring. You can see we have all the prongs on there. She's polished. Ooh, look how pretty that thing is. That looks nice. All the prongs are there. On this side, and the one we had to do on the marquee. But this is Rob the Jeweler. If you'd like and subscribe, that'd be fantastic. If you'd like to help the channel grow, the links will be in the description. And this is Rob the Jeweler. I'll see you on the next one.